Good morning. Thank you for joining me. This is day 7 of the 30-day Flexible Body, Flexible Mind Yoga Challenge. We are officially 1 week in. Our theme for today, both for our practice and also for video number 2, which will give you a daily challenge, is believe. So really working on believe. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit further in the other video. So this is a 10-minute morning yoga sequence to get you feeling really good in your body. No props are required, and we're going to start standing up with a few rounds of sun salutations. We'll modify them at first. Odds are might be a little bit stiff here first thing in the morning, and then we'll be adding on. So I'm going to start feet hip-width distance apart. Think of lengthening your tailbone down, drawing the lower belly in, Tadasana, your mountain pose, palms shining forward, roll your shoulders back and close your eyes. And just take a few breaths here, standing tall, finding your center of gravity. And what does it mean to you to have an intention around believe? How can you apply this to your day? What is it that you need to believe in right now? And you can open up your eyes. We're going to circle our arms all the way up. Palms come together to touch. And as you exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees this first time here. Protect your lower back, just folding down. Halfway lift, inhale. Fingertips go to your shins. Keep your weight forward into the balls of your feet. And exhale, fold back down. Again, bend your knees. Go slowly here. We're going to push the feet into the floor, circle the arms wide as you come all the way up. Arms reaching overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Same thing, one more time. Inhale, circle and lift up. Exhale, flow all the way down. Halfway lift into your flat back. Breathe in here. Chest is parallel to the ground. Exhale. See if you can fold a little deeper. Remember, you can always have your knees bent here. Press to stand. Come all the way up. Circle your arms wide. And join your hands together at the front of your heart. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to cross our right ankle or the right foot behind the left one. And then you can reach your right arm up and over as you find a side body stretch here. And I'm pushing out into my right hip. So really trying to stretch from my right shoulder down to my right hip and from my right hip all the way down to my knee. Coming all the way back through to center, second side, cross your left foot behind the right. You can bend into your right knee here and reach your left arm up and over as you push out into your left hip. And lifting all the way back up through to center, release. Let's take Surya Namaskar B, so our sun salutation B. I'm going to keep my feet hip-width distance apart for this one. Utkatasana chair pose. Sink your hips down low. Rock your weight back into your heels. And then fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, just like before. But then this time, plant your palms, step your feet back to plank pose and lower down to your belly. Your knees can absolutely come down first if you prefer. Find a little back bend here, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. And lowering back down, let's find our first downward facing dog, sending the hips up and back. We'll find Virabhadrasana 1. So your right foot will step forward between your hands to the top of the mat. Back foot is at about a 45-degree angle as you push down into your heel, and go ahead and lift on up. Arms reach up, either keeping your hands shoulder width distance apart, or you can add a little back bend here. Palms come together, looking at your thumb. Keep a deep bend in that front knee. One more big breath. And circle the arms wide. Let's find plank pose again to lower down onto our belly. Cobra. Open up through your chest here. Keep your elbows in. And we find our downward facing dog again, lifting the hips up and back. Stretch everything out here in this downward dog. And we'll find our warrior one on the second side. So this time you'll be stepping your left foot forward. Back heel connects to the mat at a 45-degree angle or so before lifting on up. And either keeping your arms shoulder width distance apart or pressing your hands together, leaning back slightly. Think of lifting out of your lower back as you sink and press your hips down. And circle your arms down, frame that front foot. One last little flow here from plank, lowering down, finding your back bend, and we're going to hold our downward facing dog from here. So once you're in this downward dog, you can reach your right leg up towards the sky. You can bend your right knee and open up your hip, and we'll come into a pigeon pose from here. So your right knee can go behind your right wrist. Stretch that back leg out behind you, level out your hips and your pelvis so you're not tilting on one side more than the other. Find a nice lift and try to maintain this lift even as you fold forward. And you don't need to go very far. You can stay up on your hands. You can stay up on your forearms. Or if you'd like, you can also just fold all the way down. But just know it's normal in the morning to be a little stiff. You might not be going as deep into poses as you're used to if you're used to practicing at other times of the day. We're not trying to push ourselves in any way here. This class is really just an invitation to connect with yourself, to take time for yourself, and to set the tone for the day ahead. So 3 more breaths right here. And we'll start to lift up. Downward facing dog. Step that right foot back. And we'll go and do that pose on the other side. So left leg rises. Bend your left knee, open up your hip. And bring your left knee behind your left wrist. So readjust so you're not leaning on one side more than the other. Find some lift out of your lower back so there's no pinching or compression. And we'll fold on down any amount. Letting go of expectation and judgment. Notice which parts of your body are tensing up unnecessarily. Three more deep breaths here. And we'll meet in our last downward facing dog. So final opportunity to stretch everything out here.
Really extending, reaching your chest towards your thighs. And let's bring our knees down to the mat. Come to take a seat. However is comfortable and suitable for your hips and your lower back. Let's bring our hands at the heart with this one word intention of believe. Let's close by chanting Om one time. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Om. Thank you so much, everyone. That was day 7 that we've just done together. So remember, you now have to go and watch the Flexible Mind video to get your daily challenge. This is another good one, really simple, so I hope you will do it. And then tomorrow, we're moving on to day 8. Leave me a comment before you go. Please subscribe, and thank you for doing this challenge with me.